Now, I spent several years actually working with executives at nuclear power plants all across the East Coast. I worked with executives at plants like Dominion Power, Tennessee Valley Authority, and Duke Energy. Now, I know nothing about running a nuclear plant, and that's exactly what I told them, but I was there to help them to be more effective in their leadership. Now, I was traveling every week to these nuclear plants to have face-to-face sessions with these leaders. And quite honestly, I had to understand these leaders and where they were coming from, because in the very beginning, I just simply looked like the new flavor of the day. So in one example, I was working with a veteran leader at the nuclear plant, and he interrupted me in one of our very first sessions, and he explained to me in no uncertain terms that he thought that what I was doing was a complete waste of time and a complete waste of money and resources. And he had been in his role for more than 30 years, so he certainly felt like he had the right to feel that way, and I certainly can't blame him. And we actually had a deep conversation. I'm gonna make a very long story short. What I ultimately did is I thanked him, and I just asked him, would he be willing to continue to meet with me every 2 weeks? Because quite honestly, I was being paid to be his coach, and the organization was expecting for me to meet with him every 2 weeks. But what I did say is I didn't expect him to take any action on anything that we talked about. Because in reality, I can't make leaders take any action at any time. I just simply help leaders to connect the why of implementing an action and how it will make their lives better. Ultimately, it's the leader's decision to take action or not. So I continued to propose to this leader that I suggested that I just simply share with him the concepts, the strategies, and the tools that I was sharing with other leaders there at the plant, so that he's in the know. I didn't want him to be caught off guard, so that when he's talking with other leaders or he's in meetings with other leaders, he at least knows what language they're talking and what they're talking about. He was not out of the conversation. Ultimately, he became one of the very best leaders I've ever worked with. He implemented just about everything that we talked about and discussed in our sessions together. And it was really a good lesson for me in persuasion, where I was really helping leaders to come to their own conclusions, which is what I do today with my clients.